We're gonna have some good times with good friends, making good memories. A little bit of sunshine and good vibes, yeah, that's all we need. And we ain't gonna worry, ain't in a hurry, everything is going our way. We're gonna have some good times with good friends, making good memories. Everybody's moving to the song on the radio. A little Stevie Wonder never hurt nobody's soul. Something about lawn chairs out in the warm air feels like a sacred place. Cause when we all get together, every day is a holiday. We're gonna have some good times with good friends, making good memories. A little bit of sunshine and good vibes, yeah, that's all we need. And we ain't gonna worry, ain't in a hurry, everything is going our way. We're gonna have some good times with good friends, making good memories. It doesn't matter if it's been a year or been a week, we can always pick right up and never miss a beat. There's something about seeing those smiles and busting out laughing face to face. It's a real kind of feeling no phone call can replace. Oh, we're gonna have some good times with good friends, making good memories. A little bit of sunshine and good vibes, yeah, that's all we need. And we ain't gonna worry, ain't in a hurry, everything is going our way. We're gonna have some good times with good friends, making good memories. Yeah, we are now. Good times, good friends. I'm talking good times, good friends. Oh, you know we're gonna have good times with good friends, making good memories. A little bit of sunshine and good vibes, yeah, that's all we need. And we ain't gonna worry, ain't in a hurry, everything is going our way. We're gonna have some good times with good friends, making good memories.
when I am down and all my soul so weary, when troubles come and my heart burdened be, then I am still and wait here in the silence until you come and sit a while with me. You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. I am strong when I am on your shoulders. You raise me up to more than I can be. To more than I can There is no night without its hunger. Each restless heart beats so imperfectly. But when you come, I am filled with wonder. Sometimes I feel like glimpse eternity.
I can almost see. I can almost see it, that dream I'm dreaming, but there's a voice inside my head saying you'll never reach it. Every step I'm taking, every move I make feels lost with no direction. My faith is shaken, but I gotta keep trying. Gotta keep my head held high. There's always gonna be another mountain. I'm always gonna wanna make it move. Always gonna be an uphill battle. Sometimes I'm gonna have to lose. It ain't about how fast I get there, ain't about what's waiting on the other side. It's the climb. The struggles I'm facing, the chances I'm taking, sometimes might knock me down, but no, I'm not breaking. I may not know it, but these are the moments that I'm gonna remember most. Yeah, just gotta keep going, and I gotta be strong. Just keep pushing on. There's always gonna be another mountain. I'm always gonna wanna make it move. Always gonna be an uphill battle. Sometimes I'm gonna have to
Good morning. Please bear with us for a few more seconds. Good morning again. Everybody will get this worked out. Just stand by your chairs for a minute while we get this sorted out. Only a matter of seconds now. Pardon? They're gonna let everybody sit. Please be seated. Okay, now that we've got that settled, thank you for your understanding. Featured speaker, Mr. Ronaldo de Pisa. Presenters of scrolls, Ms. Angela Yearwood and Ms. Kellyanne Barrett. Chairman of the Board of Management, Mrs. Wendy Knight Hunt. Principal, Major Michael Boyce. Deputy Principal, Mrs. Martha Russell. Members of the Board of Management, Mr. Leon Blades. Specially invited guests, staff, parents and guardians, graduands, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the graduation Deighton Griffith 2025. For those of you who do not know me, I am your Master of Ceremonies for this event, Dexter Johnson. I am also a teacher here at Deighton Griffith. It has always been a joy to have to teach some of these young people and have these words that they always spit out. Sir, you miss me? But in the last couple of days, and I'm talking to y'all especially, I am ignoring everybody else. I'm talking to y'all. In the last couple of days before the graduation, I see you smirking already. There's this rumor going around when I was announced as the Master of Ceremonies. Oh, Lord, Mr. Johnson is the MC. He can embarrass me. He can drop all the files. Now I ask you, honestly, I would do something like that? You're right. Because you see, revenge is sweet, especially when you got the microphone. You see all these gray hairs prematurely coming to my beard? I wonder where they came from. And I am not the kind of person to just drop the files in a public forum like this. Gianni, where she is? Ah, you remember that time when you, no, I know, you look like you're panicking. I can leave you alone. I can leave you alone. If you didn't see her, a look of pure terror. Who's another one? Kimar Johnson. No relation. But you remember a time in class where you dropped a question, and you all remember, I shut down the whole class, and your only retort was in a stammering voice, but I am valid. Where's my boy Sabir? Where? Ah, you're hiding. So this morning when you came up and saw me, and then realized I had this folder here, all of a sudden I get sharp. All of a sudden I could cut up well, right? You ain't got nothing to say? Oh, okay. All right. Okay. I ain't gonna let out all your business now. But just remember, I'm here for the duration of this. So y'all better be on your P's and Q's the whole time. I see you. Don't look away. But seriously, you should be proud of how you got here. I was talking to a student the other day, and I realized that this group, above any other group I have ever taught, you should be proud because of the circumstances in which you got here. I don't remember a class that had to go through so much adversity at the beginning, so much things that happened that would discourage you, and still you got here. Some of you, not to my great surprise, actually went beyond what you thought you could do. Am I not right? Say yes, you should be proud. But I've also talked to you, because I can wrap this up. I've always told y'all that this is not the end. This is just the beginning. And I know this because I've gone through it too. And many of your parents and guardians have gone through it as well. When you leave here and end up going to whatever tertiary institutions or further education or even the world of work, I want you to remember this, because I've told you all this before. Most of y'all. You are going to come back here at some point. Yeah, I see your face. You are going to come back here at some point, because inevitably, since I've been at this school, students just keep coming back with the words, "Sir, you missed me." But what I want you to remember before we move on is that while you were here, enough of you had this thing where you say, "I can't wait to ... and I would cut you off and say, "Be careful, because these are the best days of your life." And when you come back here and you see me round the corner and you see me look at you in your face before you can say anything, I am going to drop this on you. And when you come back, "I told you so." I told you so. So, cherish this moment right now. Cherish it, because it will be with you for all time. Now, I would like everybody to stand for the invocation given by our very own Mr. Ronald Small.
Okay, good morning to all. Please join me in a word of prayer. Our Heavenly Father, hallowed be your name. Father, we pray indeed for your kingdom to come in all of its fullness. We pray, God, for your will be done on earth, even as it is done in heaven. Father, this morning we pray for your presence during this graduation ceremony. We pray, God, for a smooth flow of all aspects. Sometimes there are hiccups, Father, but even those we commit into your hands. We pray, God, that there will be peace on all persons who have to play any part in the entire ceremony. Pray, God, that you will guide, direct them. Father, beyond today, they have the upcoming celebration on Saturday at the Hilton. I pray, Father, for your protection upon them as they will travel there, as they enjoy themselves, as they reflect on the years spent at the Deighton Griffith School. I pray, Father, also for your provision for them as they venture into the tertiary level institutions and into the world of work. I pray, Father, for the parents, guardians, teachers who are here. God, that even as we continue to mentor them, God, that indeed that they will make every second count. And in a very disciplined way, that they will rise and shine. So we commit all aspects, dear Father, of this ceremony into your hands this morning. And we pray, God, for your peace in Jesus' name. Amen.
Please be seated. At this time, I would like to invite to the stage Mrs. Wendy Knight Hunt to give the chairman's remarks.
distinguished guests, esteemed principal and staff, proud parents and guardians, friends, and most importantly, members of the graduating class of 2025. Good morning. Good morning. It is with a sense of pride that I have the privilege of addressing some bright and eager minds this morning. On behalf of the Board of Management of Deighton Griffith School, I extend warmest congratulations to every single student seated here and to all those who have supported and guided you to reach this remarkable achievement. Today is not simply a culmination of years of academic pursuit, but a celebration of growth, resilience, and transformation that each of you have experienced while at this school. When you first entered Deighton Griffith, perhaps you were nervous, uncertain. You embarked on a journey that would shape your future. Now I see not only students who have passed examinations and earned certificates, but young people who have developed skills for life's journey. Skills that you would have forged in group projects, spirited debates, service activities, and moments of self-reflection. You learned from textbooks, and you learned from the wisdom of your teachers, but even more so from overcoming setbacks, reaching out to help a classmate, or finding your voice in laughter. Each memory, each challenge, each triumph has contributed to the strong and capable individuals that you are today. As you leave the gates of Deighton Griffith Secondary, you step into a world that is full of endless possibilities and new challenges. Some of you will pursue higher education, others will enter the workforce, the arts, entrepreneurship, or service to your communities. Whatever your path, remember that you carry with you the values and lessons that this school has instilled. The future is not always clear, but it can be explored. It will demand of you not only knowledge and skill, but integrity, courage, a willingness to keep learning. Embrace curiosity. Never be afraid to ask questions or to seek better answers. Let your ambitions be guided not solely by personal gain, but by a sense of purpose that uplifts others. Remember that true success is measured not just by accolades or material wealth, but by the positive impact you have on those around you. Be kind. Be generous with your talents. Stand up for justice and fairness. Seek to understand before seeking to be understood. You are the architects of tomorrow. The solutions to problems that have yet to be conceived may very well be within your minds and hearts. Approach every day with the conviction that your contribution matters. As you spread your wings, I encourage you not to forget where you came from. Deighton Griffith Secondary is more than a building. It is a community, a family, a foundation. Stay connected to your peers and to the school that has nurtured you. We urge you to give back when and wherever you can, whether as a mentor, a supporter, or advocates for those who will come after you. And as you leave Deighton, you go out into the world, always remember that discipline guarantees success. Can I hear that? A little louder. Correct. Discipline guarantees success. Thank you, and once again, congratulations, and I wish each and every one of you only the best. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Chairman. To present the principal's opening remarks, the principal of the Deighton Griffith School, Major Michael Boyce.
Mr. Dexter Johnson, Master of Ceremonies, Mr. Ronaldo De Pisa, featured speaker, Ms. Kellyanne Barrett and Miss Angela Yearwood, presenters of scrolls, Mrs. Wendy Knight-Hunt, Chairman of the School's Board of Management, Mrs. Martha Russell, Deputy Principal, other members of the Board of Management, specially invited guests, current members of staff of Deighton Griffith Secondary School, past members of staff, parents, guardians, well-wishers, graduates, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. This is it. Class of 2025, you have made it. And this morning we are here to celebrate you and to say farewell and best wishes for success in all your future endeavors. You entered these hallowed halls of this fine institution in September 2020. And I invite you for a moment to think back to the day when you received your 11 plus results and you realized that you had not just passed for, but you had earned a place at the Deighton Griffith Secondary School. What thoughts ran through your mind? Do you remember that day, first of all? What emotions did you experience? Were you happy or were you disappointed? Were you at all bothered? Did you just not care? I believe that despite whatever emotion you experienced on that day, you were allocated to Deighton Griffith Secondary School because you needed to be here. You were selected for this garden, and it was here, was determined it was the best place for you to bloom and to grow. And I'm sure you have, and I'm glad to say you did. Let me ask you also, how many of you remember your first day back in 2020? Anybody remembers the first day? Raise your hand if you remember your first day. Good. I am sure that was a day filled with various emotions. Some of you would have been excited. Yes, boy, I'm here at Deighton. And some of you would have been nervous. And others would have been very unsure of what to feel. And for some persons, it was just no big deal. It was just another day. But I know, and I'm pretty sure, that the then looming COVID-19 pandemic and its restrictions did not make that transition easy for some of you. Because on the first day, there were only 2-year groups at school. First form and fifth form. And on that day, you were introduced to a new principal. Graduation is one of life's special moments. It marks the culmination of a period of study, and it provides an opportunity for you to reflect on your experiences. The good, the bad, the ugly, the happy, the sad, the exhilarating, and the frustrating. It also signifies a transition from one stage to another. Back in 2020, you moved from being the big boys and girls of primary school into the little fish in the big pond of secondary school. You entered a school that in some cases might have been times bigger than the primary school you were at. Today, you make a similar transition. You prepare to head off to tertiary studies or even to the world of work. And yet again, you will be the new kids on the block. Yet again, you'll be required to quickly assimilate whatever new environments you find yourself in. And I trust that you will use all the lessons that you learned here during your time at Deighton to help you navigate those new waters. I wish you every success. Class of 2025, from the time of your arrival, you were encouraged to work hard as you enjoy your time here at Deighton. You were introduced to your school's motto, discipline guarantees success. And not a day went by that you were not reminded of that. Additionally, you had various themes over the past year, and certainly this year, we encourage you to rise and shine. And this morning, I charge each and every one of you to continue to do so. Mr. Johnston scared some of you just now. But the point he was making was that your time here at Deighton was a memorable one. You started your secondary school career in the middle of a pandemic. As I said earlier, you were the new kids on the block, and attendance was restricted to 2 days a week. And I'm sure it was a challenge getting to know your new school environment, your new teachers, and making new friends. It wasn't always easy, but with this help and support, and sometimes the scolding of your friends, your family, your teachers, you made it. And I say to you again, well done. Thankfully, in September 2022, we all returned to school on a full-time basis. We didn't have to navigate that 2 days here and 2 days there. I am sure that in years to come, you will have many stories to tell your children and your grandchildren. But don't rush it to get there. During your time here, you experienced a freak storm. How many of you remember that? The freak storm. You also experienced the eruption of the La Soufrière volcano in neighboring St. Vincent, and especially how it covered our island in darkness, especially down in St. Lucie. And then, just last year, we had Hurricane Beryl, which is a Category 5 hurricane. And we continue to give God thanks that Hurricane Beryl did not impact us as it did some of our neighbors. And again, with each of these occurrences, there were collateral issues to be addressed and lessons to learn. Once more, I invite you to reflect on your time here at DGS. I am sure that you will have many laughs interspersed with the occasional tinge of sadness. And as you do so, I encourage you to think carefully about what life lessons you have learned from your time here. And just in case you are tempted to say that you learned none here, let me drop 3 on you. 1, you are resilient. Look at how you face the COVID-19 pandemic and you move forward. And again, I'm going to state to you the first time, embrace your graduation theme and rise strong. You are resilient. Second lesson, introspection is always helpful. COVID especially forced us to sit down and to take stock of all that was important. We had to look at ourselves and all those around us and determine what was really important. As you continue on life's journey, always take time to review each day. Ask yourself, what went right today? What did not go so right? What went wrong? What can I do better tomorrow? And importantly, do what is necessary to make each day a better one than the day before. And third lesson, I want you to remember, you, each and every one of you, are loved. You are loved, and you should love. Love yourselves. Love your parents. Love your teachers. Love your co-workers. And of course, find that special someone. While at Deighton, you formed many relationships. And I'm sure you expect that we didn't know some of them, and you wish we didn't know about any of them, but we did. I encourage you to cherish the friendships made here and even the loves lost. As you move forward, We expect that you will make a difference in the world. But you are the only ones who have the power to make that a reality. You are a talented group of young people. You're beautiful. You're intelligent. There you sit, future designers, future artists, future world-class athletes, problem solvers, future world leaders. Once again, I encourage you to pair your graduation theme with your school motto and use them for guidance in all your future endeavors. As challenges come, be buttressed and fortified by your lasting memories of your time here at Deighton. As you sit here this morning, it may seem that the time went by really quickly. But I do believe that you're better for the time you spent here. And I know that the school has been impacted by your presence as it's been impacted by all the other year groups that went before you. But I ask you this question as you leave. What kind of mark are you leaving on and at Deighton? What kind of mark are you leaving on and at Deighton? Is it one that will be easily washed away with the next shower of rain? Is it a reminder of some unpleasantness that no matter how hard we try, we cannot seem to forget? Or will it be a mark of discipline? A mark that causes all who remember you to say, yes, his or her time here was at Deighton was marked with excellence. I really stand here this morning and trust that it will be the latter. And I hope that you took full of advantage of every opportunity you were afforded to excel. And certainly, I will expect, and we will expect, that your CSEC results, when released in August, will reinforce and underscore that your time here at DGS was indeed focused on excellence. You were the first group of students that I met when I was reassigned here in 2020 as principal. You will always occupy a very special place in my heart. And here's why. I've been a principal for, come the end of August, 11 years. 11 years. You are the first group of students that I have seen go through their complete school career. The first. That is both very humbling, but also very terrifying. It is humbling because I was able to enjoy it. It is terrifying because when I review those results in August, and they're not what I expect or what they ought to be, the chairman will come for me. But I'm humbled by the experience. Graduates, on behalf of your teachers and all the other members of staff with whom you interacted over the past years, I congratulate you on reaching this point here today. Today is your special day, and I encourage you to enjoy it to the max and enjoy Saturday as well. And once again, I say to you, best wishes for success, for every success in all your future endeavors. Parents and guardians, I take a few moments to speak with you. I know, and I'm very well aware, that back in 2020, some of you might have had some mixed feelings. Some of you were excited. My little boy or my little girl gone Deighton. Some of you would have been disappointed. I wish he gone Carl Mary, gone Foundation. But guess what? Like I said to your children, here is where they were meant to be. Here is where they were supposed to bloom and grow. And I trust that you help them in that process. Here we are today, celebrating them as the class of 2025. Another chapter in their lives is completed. And I want to thank you for your hard work and your support of them and your cooperation. We didn't always agree, but certainly we agreed, most of the time, to agree, to disagree, without being disagreeable. And as we withdraw at this time and happily return them to you, I exhort you parents and guardians to continue to nurture, to love, and care for and guide them. Don't mind them. They will think now they have arrived and they're big boys and big girls and young men. They have all the answers. You can't tell them anything. That ain't true. They ain't knowing nothing yet, you know. And I also encourage you to never be reluctant to give them a good dose of admonition when necessary. To my fellow teachers and members of staff, both past and current, I thank you for all the hard work and effort you put in with this class of 2025. I am very sure that you're sitting there today, as we do every year, satisfied that our efforts, your efforts, have not been in vain. As you think and you see, you imagine how they grow. Even the little boy who cheekily said to you, "Ma'am, you're very tall," you had to remind him, "I'm not tall, I'm of average height." I invite you, my colleagues, to take a bow. Well done for all your hard work. Each. Thank you. Yeah, you can applaud. Applaud the parents and applaud the teacher as well. I come back to you graduates now. And because I'm principal, I get to give you one final assignment. And this is one assignment you cannot refuse to do. Because if you refuse to do, the only person that will suffer is you. This is not for any marks. So no, it's not for any marks. Each year, as I prepare the principal's remarks, I am forced to reflect on my graduation day from secondary school just a few years ago. And I remember the challenge that the featured speaker gave us then on that day. And it was simply to write our names on history's page. The featured speaker then was one of our teachers at the school. I think she was leaving too. And in fact, she had been my form teacher for 4 years. And she said to us, "Write your name on history's page." Today, that is the assignment I give each and every one of you in the graduating class. But I give you, and I use the words of Henry David Thoreau, and I say to you, first of all, go confidently in the direction of your dreams. Live the life that you have imagined. Be reminded, however, that the pages of yesterday cannot be rewritten. But the pages of tomorrow are a blank, and you, each and every one of you, hold the pen in your hand. So write your story. Make it an inspiring story with lasting memories. Today, you are proud students of Deighton Griffith Secondary School. Tomorrow, be shining lights and ambassadors of and for your school. Proud and distinguished alumni who forever perpetuate that discipline guarantees success. Master of Ceremonies.
Thank you, Major Boyce. Now, since I've been at Deighton Griffith, I've always said this and yelled it from the ramparts. We got a lot of talent at this school. Even if sometimes you're a little timid or apprehensive or just downright scared to present the talent, it is here. And it needs to be showcased not just here, but out in the real world. But for right now, we are going to showcase some of that talent in an instrumental piece by Mr. Jonathan Nurse, Xavier Brown, and Makana Small. No. Give these gentlemen a round of applause, please. That is impressive. Our own. Now, I talked to y'all earlier in my welcome that students always tend to come back here. It's like a boomerang, always come back. Sir, I just came to visit you. But that doesn't always mean it's just students. We also have members of staff who come back. And to give the former year's heads remarks, I would like to welcome back Miss Angela Yearwood.
Good morning, everyone. I'm going to forego the formalities because there are two things that have happened to me since I got here. One, I'm extremely nervous. Secondly, I feel like crying. Today is not just a ceremony for all of us. It is a celebration of strength, a testament of perseverance, and the beginning of new chapters yet to be written in the story of each of your lives. My name is Miss Yearwood. I spent 3 years with your children and wards, and to say the least, it was quite a memorable experience. 5 years ago, as has been mentioned, the world looked quite different. You entered secondary school, unfortunately with a different view, as you would not really be you were not in school like normal. The COVID pandemic ensured bedrooms became classrooms, the bed was your chair, the canteen became your kitchen, the kitchen became your canteen, and the simple act of seeing a friend in person became a rare privilege. This was not what we would have chosen. As we can remember, it was days of uncertainty and challenges. However, you adapted, innovated, and persevered. During those early years, I'm not quite sure how much you learned. Let me explain. I taught, I think, 3 first years. I prepared my lessons meticulously. Now, let me also say something to the parents. Your children can act very well. I used to have the notes up on where they could see on the screen, and the children used to tell me, "Mom, wait, I haven't gotten that note yet. Hold on." And they asked a question. Let me explain something to you. When they fully came back to school and I could see their notebooks, if I taught 90 children, 20 had all the notes. I was never so shocked in my life. That is why I said your children can act well. They really had me at, "Hold on, ma'am, I'm writing the note." The only thing that saved me in that time of despair were the parents. Because when I first met some of them, they came and they told me, "Your lessons were so good. I learned so much." I don't remember one child telling me so. The pandemic taught us the value of patience and being flexible. The word that we always keep hearing is resilience in the face of disappointment. And it encouraged us to connect in new ways, so we had to learn and grow together. In the words of Maya Angelou, you may not control all the events that happen to you, but you can decide not to be reduced by them. You choose not to let circumstances diminish your spirit, but instead let adversity or the bad things draw out your courage. That was first year. When I finally met you in person, it certainly wasn't what I expected. Everybody, yes, had to readjust. I have always believed in discipline. But some of you at that tender age decided that was not what you needed. It was truly a challenge. However, many of you decided to settle down and become model students. Your third year was a strange one for me because I had made the decision to retire. I was tired after 39 years of teaching. But you kept me on my toes. I felt relieved when I met you for the last time. That's another experience. When I gathered them under the canteen there, and I said, "This is the last day I'll be with you," I got applause. I knew it was going to happen. I can't remember what I said, but I had the answer for them. But you know what was funny? When that particular session had finished, so many, "Ma'am, we need to take a picture of you." The same ones who had clapped, "Ma'am, we love you. We need a picture." And I have all of those pictures there to remind me of that time I spent with you. I came here this morning. Believe it or not, all of these children felt that I didn't know them, that they didn't terrorize me for 3 years. One thing I am glad, and I'm going to say it, you are in your school uniform. If you were wearing your nice pretty dresses, which you will be on Saturday, I would not have recognized you because you would have been dolled up and everything. But for one last time, I get to see you as I remember you, and I'm happy for that. As I used to tell you, I love each and every one of you. Even those who don't know me, who came into the year group after, you belong to me. There's no dispute about that, because regardless of what, I used to, when I was going around, "Are you mine?" They had no choice but to say yes. When I left, I got a chance to not see the inside of the principal's office. I had visited there quite a number of times. I am hoping that that is far behind you and that you are now in a position, and from what I can see, you look wonderful, and I still love you. I am going to just give you a little few words of admonition. Every ending is a beginning in disguise. So, you are to celebrate this milestone. Know that the real adventure is just beginning. Let curiosity guide you. Learn from yesterday, live for today, hope for tomorrow. And my final one, keep God ahead of you in all that you do. Take risks, make mistakes, and trust that you have everything it takes to carve your own path. To the class of 2025, the class of resilience, we celebrate not only what you have survived, but how you have flourished. The story of your secondary school years will be a beacon for those to follow. A reminder that even in darkness, there is light, and even in uncertainty, there is hope. I want to say something here. I am seeing some of the students that I taught all around me from years. Those who are dealing with the cameras, the featured speaker. I had a hand, and I can say so proudly, in their, they're bringing their growing to be who they are today, and I'm truly proud. I want my class to make me a promise. Wherever you see me, make sure you call my name. I don't want you to pass like how you passed me this morning because you felt I did not know you. Since I've been retired, I've seen quite a number of young people, and they all come. And the one thing they say, Ma'am, you were miserable though, but we understand what you wanted for us. I hope you will be able to say, ma'am, you were miserable, but we know we loved you, we know that you loved us, and that you cared for us. Congratulations, graduates. Go forth with courage, with compassion, and with the confidence that the best is yet to come. The world is waiting for you. Go out and make it brighter. Congratulations.
Thank you, Ms. Yearwood, and welcome back. To follow the former yearhead's remarks, we have the current yearhead's remarks. Please welcome Mrs. Maria Mapp.
Master of Ceremonies, featured speaker, presenter of scrolls, chairman of the Board of Management, principal, deputy principal, members of the Board of Management, specially invited guests, staff, present and past, parents and guardians, graduates, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Today, we gather here to celebrate yet another milestone in the lives of these young ladies and gentlemen who have overcome adversities that some never had to encounter. Some readily accepted the challenge and rose to the occasion, while others found their way eventually. However, some are still in the process of navigating life's challenges and finding out how they fit into this large puzzle called life. Bearing this in mind, our charges are now ready to leave these hallowed halls, which some of them termed a prison during their time here. I can't wait till I left the Griffith school. This school got too much rules and all that, and you embark on another chapter of your lives. When we sit and reflect, we as adults experience many firsts and just as much travesty as our children or wards. A pandemic called COVID-19, volcanic ash, a Category 4 hurricane, all of which led to the innovation of online and hybrid learning. This was new to most of us and proved challenging in many ways. Some of the ways as expressed by Ms. Yearwood. We had the issues of many children, few devices. Some family situations not being ideal, but yet we had to function in these situations. They were no longer able to interact face-to-face as was the custom, and many are still suffering those effects. Life really started to life for them. But like true warriors, they decided to stay the course and weather life's storms. School caused anxiety for some and was eagerly anticipated by others. We battled through the death of loved ones, disappointments, happy moments, yet we are standing, rising strong. In the midst of these challenges and changes, they had to deal with changing curriculum as they transitioned from junior school to senior school. A change of year ahead. Many were by no means intrigued by this change. I had met some of them as their form teacher in junior school and had also taught some of them in the classroom. What many disliked was me telling them about their deportment. Your ears are very pretty. Don't you think your ears are prettier than mine? Why is your neck so pretty today? Why do we look like we don't have an owner? And they would look at me and roll their eyes and stoop and walk off and grumble. But here we are today, looking very, very dignified. And I am proud of that. When they were told that I was indeed the new yearhead, many groaned. But here we are, handling another curveball together. 2 years in, we are still here, rising strong. To the students, this is the end of this journey and the beginning of another. Never stop striving for excellence and believing that if you can conceive it, you can achieve it. The sky is the limit. You will be more independent and expected to make big people decisions. You will make mistakes and hopefully learn from them. We prove that we have learned by not making the same mistakes over and over. Step up with courage and confidence. Do you, within reason, and remember that an honest job that you love, not one where you're constantly looking over your shoulder, is worth doing. Make yourselves, your parents, and the DGS Panthers family super proud. We all follow your achievements, and when you get your accolades and mention this school, we brim with pride. Teachers say, do you remember so-and-so? Did you see so-and-so on the news or in the newspaper? We love to do it for the positives though. Please be mindful of that. Students, past and present, post all over social media. As the words of the school song say, may your time spent here be remembered as excellence. Parents, today there are proof that they are rising strong. Continue to offer them your unwavering support. Life's journey offers many twists and turns that you need to help them maneuver. Do not leave them out to sea. Mistakes will be made. Challenges will be overcome. And more often than not, they will seek your counsel to solve problems. When they do, offer sage counsel and encouragement. When we browbeat them, they become even more distant than some of them already are or seem to be. But take note, they do listen to what we say. And sometimes we only recognize when we hear them telling others, wait, you know that you shouldn't do that? That is not a good idea. I heard mommy say so-and-so, or the teacher said this. And then you start to recognize how much of an impact you are making in their lives. They just need guidance and direction and loads of prayers that they will not fall prey to the pitfalls of life. Remind them of where they came from and the fact that they have overcome so many challenges, and all you expect is for them to give of their best. Shower them with your love. Otherwise, strangers with ulterior motives will guide their lives. We are here at the end of this journey, and as we transition yet again, let us continue to be positive, committed, and determined to rise strong. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Mapp. At this time, I would like you to welcome to the stage Akibi Ray to perform a solo.
Good morning, everyone.
Yeah, when I look at where I'm coming from, I know I'm blessed. I close my eyes and smile. Sometimes I feel like the richest man in Babylon, and I've done my best. See, everything's alright inside. Oh, every morning I rise and stare at the sun. I know that it is a blessing. So when the evening comes up, lift up my eyes to the hills. I'm blessed, oh yes. With my two hands in the air as far as I can. Yeah, as far as I can. Ooh, I can. My two hands in the air as far as I can. Sometimes I'm lost and far from home, but I'll find my way. I follow my heart, I know I'll be found someday. While I'm lost, I'll learn and live. What do you say? Let's have a good time until that day. Oh, every morning I rise and stare at the sun. I know that it is a blessing. So when the evening comes up, I lift up my eyes to the hills. I'm blessed, oh yes. With my two hands in the air as far as I can. Yeah, as far as I can. Ooh, I can. Yeah, my two hands in the air as far as I can. Whoa, oh, oh, whoa, oh, oh, whoa, oh, oh, whoa, oh, oh, whoa, oh, whoa, oh, every morning I rise and stare at the sun. I know that it is a blessing. So when the evening comes up, lift up my eyes to the hills. I'm blessed, oh yes. With my two hands in the air as far as I can. As far as I can. Ooh, I can. Yeah, my two hands in the air as far as I can. Oh, 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 whoa, oh, oh, whoa, oh, oh, whoa, oh, whoa, oh, every morning I rise and stare at the sun. I know that it is a blessing. So when the evening comes up, I lift up my eyes to the hills. I'm blessed, oh yes. With my two hands in the air as far as I can. As far as I can. Ooh, I can. As far as I can. Ooh. Thank you, everyone.
You see what I mean about talent? Another round of applause, please. So guys, it's about that time. I would like to invite back to the stage Miss Angela Yearwood, and to invite to the stage Miss Kelly Barrett, former head of Department of Science and current deputy principal for the St. George Secondary School, for the presentation of the scrolls.
Good morning. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the graduating class of the Deighton Griffith School for the year 2025. From Form 5-1, Kendra Bavel. Brandon Brown.
Some dreams live on in time forever.
Xavier Brown.
Those dreams you want with all your heart.
Shanae Carrington.
And I'll do whatever it takes. Follow through with the promise I made. Put it all on the line. What I hope for at last would be mine.
Ciara Davis.
Higher, just for one moment, touch the sky. From that one moment in my life, I'm gonna be
Hayden Hall.
stronger. Know that I've tried my very best and put my spirit to the test. If I could reach
Kai Highland.
some days are meant to be remembered. Those days we rise above the stars. So I'll go the distance this time. Seeing more, the higher I climb. That the more I believe, all the more that this dream
Tiana
will
Hines.
be mine. If I could reach higher, just for one moment touch the sky. From that one moment in my life, I'm gonna be stronger. Know that I've tried my very best.
Tashero Hunt. Jashara John.
Just for one moment, touch the sky. That one moment in my life, I'm gonna be
Ryan Maloney.
my spirit to the test. If I could
Jarrell Matheson.
reach, I reach so much higher.
Gabrielle Millington. Kiza Mona. Quinlan Paris. Ronisha Rice Noel. Mia Small. Elijah Smith. Gabriella Agard. The next young lady isn't feeling well, and her mom will be collecting on her behalf. Ronique Bob. Donisha Bradshaw. Janae Brackney. Kiyomi Coombs. Simone Ellis. Rhea Fontanelle. Chriselle Green. Kyle Greenwich. Joshua Hutchinson. Janisha Eiffel. Jaida Lovell. Shania Hirsch.
Those days we rise above the stars.
Therese Roche.
So I'll go the distance this time, seeing more the higher I climb.
Teresha Robinson.
I believe, all the more that this dream will be mine. If I could reach higher,
Leslie Ann Ruck Trent.
from that one moment in my life, I'm gonna be stronger. Know that I've tried my very best.
Brianna Seeley. Shanara Smith.
Just for one moment, touch the sky. That one moment in my life, I'm gonna be.
Trelena White.
I'm gonna be so much stronger, yes I am. I'd put my spirit to the test if I could
Siobhan Woods. From Farm 5-3, Nathaniel Ali. Sanaya Brathwaite.
Some dreams live on in time forever.
Tashira Burke.
Those dreams you want with all your heart. And I'll do whatever
Davio
it takes.
Critchlow.
Follow through with the promise I made. Put it all on the line. What I hope for at last would be mine.
Kalia Davis.
If I could reach higher, just for one moment touch the sky. From that one moment in my life, I'm gonna
Gianni Ford.
stronger. Know that I've tried my very best and put my spirit to the test. If I could reach
Jonathan Francis.
some days are meant to be remembered. Those
Tiandra
days
Greenwich.
we rise above the stars. So I'll go the
Dashara
distance this
Yearwood.
time, seeing more the higher I climb. That the more I believe, all the more that this dream will be mine. If I could
Alicia Haynes.
reach higher, just for one moment touch the sky. From that one moment in my life, I'm gonna be stronger. Know that I've
Kimar
tried my very
Johnson.
best. Put my spirit to the test. If I could
Destiny Jolie. Soraya Jordan. Zaya King Charles. Janae Lord. Joshua Mears. Ade Merritt. Rajad Morris Griffith. Leandra Thomas. Gianna Thorpe. Sharian Ward. From Form 5-4, Trevor Adams. Rishan Blunt. Raquel Brathwaite. Micah Clark. Tyrell Clark. Thank you for your assistance, Ms. Barrett. I would now like to invite Ms. Angela Yearwood, former senior teacher and year head for the graduating class of 2025 of the Deighton Griffith School, to the stage to present the remaining scrolls this morning. Continuing with Form 5-4, Tyrese Clark. Ayakobi Gerald Davis. Radicia Graves. Devontae Headley. Jadelle Inns. Alicia Jones Copping. Alyssa King. Anaya King Charles. Dominique Maloney. Jamon Martindale. Tashana Macmillan. Jadil Padmore. Fieri Ramsey. Takara Straker. Shayna Weeks. From Farm 55, Gabrielle Ali. Turjay Barker. Shania Boeing Chase. Liam Dace. Dakari Harris. Deshaun Harris. Dominic Hippolyte. Kenai Jackman. CJ Jones. Marlon King. Caleb Seeley. Maurice Skeet. Alexander Webb. From Form 5-6, Nefertari Boyce. Michaela Carter. Torian Clark. Paige Delaney. Kayla Fainty. Javin Ford. Roshana Franklin. Janvier Greenwich. Ethan Harris. Keyshawn Jordan. Mariah Joseph Grandison. Nalita Curtin. Sharia Lane. Joshua Marshall. Shamaya Pinder. Kenisha Samuel. Mark Sutherland. Jason Walcott. Rakaya Walcott. From Farm 57, Tashay Bailey. Talia Burnett. Latanja Elliott. Ronnie Ford. Ty Gaskin. Redjar Harewood. Aiden John. Natalia Jones. Naya Lang. Olivia Mason.
Some dreams.
Jashay McLean. Tajira Nichols. Sierra Rawlings Eiffel. Micah Sylvester. Aiden Taylor. Zenaida Wellington. Sayuri Yerwin. Thank you for your assistance, Ms. Yearwood. Please do not leave the stage. At this time, I would also like to invite Ms. Kellyanne Barrett back to the stage as well. I would now like to call on two representatives from the graduating class, Rajar Hayward and Xavier Brown, to make a presentation to both Ms. Kellyanne Barrett and Ms. Yearwood for assisting us this morning. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in applauding the graduating class of 2025. Thank you. Mr. Johnson, I return the stage to you.
Congratulations. To make remarks on behalf of the graduates, I'd like to invite back to the stage our head girl, Latanja Elliott.
Chairman of the Board of Management of the Deighton Griffith School, members of the Board of Management, Major Michael Boyce, Principal of the Deighton Griffith School, Mrs. Russell, Deputy Principal, members of staff, specially invited guests, and fellow graduates from the class of 2025, good morning. 5 years ago, we came to this school not knowing anyone, unless you attended primary school together. We never got to experience what coming into secondary school was really like because of a worldwide pandemic, COVID-19, which hit us hard. Our first 2 years were spent behind a screen and masks. It was also weird, and half the time, we didn't even know what our classmates looked like. But somehow, we still managed to build friendship, learn new things, and grow into the people we are today. COVID may have tried to rob us of a normal start, but it couldn't stop us from getting to the finish line. In fact, it made us stronger and more adaptable. So while the pandemic shaped our journey, it didn't define it. Throughout our school years, we've met multiple people. We've gained friends along the way. I know I have, and I will always appreciate them. And unfortunately, along the way, we have lost some as well. But that is life. One of the greatest lessons I've learned in these 5 years is that being yourself is the best thing to do. We've grown up in a world that often tries to shape us into something else that we're not, but we push through, we learned who we are, and we owned it. Whether people disliked us, liked us, or didn't understand us, we kept showing up as our true selves. That's something no one can take away from each and every one of us. Nicki Minaj once said, "It's not cool to be a loser. Go to school, graduate, get your own, because when it's all said and done, they can say whatever they want to say about you, but they can't take it away from you." What does that really mean for us, especially today? It means that education is something that stays with you always. No one can take away what you've learned or what you've achieved. It's all part of who you are. Real strength comes from believing in yourself and working hard even when things are tough. Choosing to learn and grow is a powerful and a brave decision. Graduating is not only a step forward, but it's proof that you are building your future. I think we should all have someone we look up to. The person I look up to and I want to be like when I'm older is my mommy. She's the strongest person I know. She has helped me through my struggles. She has always pushed me to be the best I can be. She has sacrificed so much for me to have a better life. I will always appreciate her and love her. All my life, people have asked me what I want to be when I grow up, and my answer has changed throughout my life. From wanting to be a veterinarian, to a therapist, to a lawyer, and now a pharmacist, I realized those were the occupations I wanted to pursue, not who I want to be. So the question, what do I want to be when I grow up? I have to say I want to be like my mother, a strong, hardworking, independent, loving, and supportive woman. I'd like to give a special thanks to Mrs. Aline, Ms. Phillips, Ms. Newton, Ms. Marie, Ms. Maxwell, and Ms. Graham. You all believed in me, especially when I struggled to believe in myself. The memories I share with each and every one of you, I will always cherish daily, and I will always keep you all in my heart. And I will remember everything you all have taught me. There's one more teacher I would like to thank for being here today, and that is Miss Yearwood. She was more than a yearhead. She was a mentor and a leader. She motivated us to stay out of trouble, do our schoolwork, and get our education. And I want to thank her for always being there for us. And I know not all of us are ready to let go of the teachers that pushed us to be the best we could be, or the teachers who believed in us when no one else did. But that's life. Nobody knows what's gonna come next. So we must have faith in God. Before I end, I want to thank the person who guided us through this journey, God. From every challenge to late night studying, exam stress, and moments of doubt, He was always there guiding our paths, opening doors that we did not exist. Today, as we celebrate our achievements, let's not forget to be deeply grateful and forever thankful to God, not just for what He has done, but for who He is. God brought us through these 5 years, and He will continue to lead us in our future. Congratulations to the class of 2025, and thank you.
Thank you, Latondra. Ronaldo de Pisa is a powerful testament to the theme Rising Strong. More than just a successful professional, his peers consider him as an individual with a profound sense of empathy and compassion towards all those he encounters. In his life, he was forced to combine fierce determination with grit, and believes that through discipline, anyone can transform from adversity into a powerful catalyst for achievement. Though now a loving and devoted father to his daughter, his early life was far from easy. Growing up amidst poverty, labeled as an at-risk youth, faced with constant detentions, floggings, and ultimately suspensions from school. At just 14, he faced immense hardship after being kicked out of his mother's home and having to navigate homelessness. The daily struggle was real, often without money for school. Yet these turbulent experiences did not break him. Instead, they ignited an incredible resilience that would shape his remarkable journey. Defying every expectation, Ronaldo transformed his circumstances as he emerged as one of the most improved students in his graduation year, achieving passes in all 7 of his CXC examinations. His drive for education led him to an associate degree in economics and accounting from the Barbados Community College, which opened up the door to a role at the then largest insurance company in Barbados. Whilst building his career, Ronaldo simultaneously pursued and successfully completed his Bachelor of Science degree with honors in economics and accounting from the University of the West Indies. Inspired by his passion for the insurance industry, this led him to the prestigious Sir John Cass Business School, now Bayes Business School in the UK. He continually added to his impressive list of professional qualifications, as he also holds the Associate in Risk Management, a certificate member from the Institute of Risk Management, and a qualified board director from the Chartered Governance Institute in Canada, and will shortly complete the advanced diploma from the Chartered Insurance Institute. Today, we will truly find inspiration as Ronaldo intends to provide his powerful testament of his unwavering determination and explain what is required of you, the graduates, to move from strength to strength, despite adversities and the many challenges that come with life. Having risen from clerical officer to a senior managerial role in prominent regional insurance companies, beyond his professional triumphs, he is a dedicated martial artist and actively involved in Muay Thai, CrossFit, and maintains a rigorous gym routine. He is also a qualified regional cricket umpire. The story that we are about to hear of Ronaldo de Pisa's is truly a compelling reminder that no matter the obstacles, with the right mindset and perseverance, you can not only rise strong, but be built with the knowledge that true discipline guarantees success. To give us the featured address, Mr. Ronaldo de Pisa.
Master of Ceremonies, Presenter of Scrolls, Ms. Angela Yearwood, Ms. Kelly Ann Barrett, Chairman of the Board of Management, Mrs. Wendy Knight Hunt, Principal, Major Michael Boyce, Deputy Principal, Mrs. Martha Russell, members of the Board of Management, Mr. Leon Blades, specially invited guests, staff, parents, and guardians, graduates, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Firstly, let me just congratulate both parents and graduates. I congratulate you. You are aspiring leaders, future innovators, world changers. You have made it this far. It is an absolute honor to be here with you today to speak on the theme that I hold very close to my heart, rising strong. Life, as you are starting to learn, there is no straight line to success. There are twists, turns, falls, and moments that can be incredibly daunting. But it is in those moments that we truly learn what we are made of. Thank you. Today, I wish to indulge you for a short moment of your time where I would like to share some valuable lessons from my life that I have learned on my own journey. Lessons that have helped me to rise stronger each and every time I faced adversity. My story, like yours, is still being written, but perhaps by sharing some of my chapters, I hope it gives you the courage to write your own chapter with boldness and conviction. My first lesson is perhaps the most crucial. Silence the negative voices. This is not just about grades or external achievements. It is about building a strong inner foundation. That meant creating a routine and staying disciplined. That meant reviewing your goals daily, not just once a year, but every day, keeping them fresh in mind. It meant that even in the face of adversity, as I said before, choose positivity. For me, these voices began from my very first day on earth, where the doctors discovered a small blood clot on my brain. They anticipated that I would have an abnormal head shape. They said I'd have constant headaches, suffer from dizziness, nosebleeds, blackouts, and even seizures. I had many MRI visits as a boy, CAT scans, and trips to the pediatric ward. From the introduction, you would have heard I grew up in the ghetto. And as I aged, my head size was larger than my peers. More negative voices surrounded. The elders in the neighborhood, man, they dogged me out. They used to call me names like size 5 football head, large head, Eddie Murphy. The pressure was honestly immense. I used to run home crying to my gran, but she was a praying grandmother, and she always reminded me, don't worry, I pray without cease for you. God can make your impossible possible. And it is true. As she continued praying, by the time I became 4 years old, my headaches had subsided. God worked his first miracle in my life. The nosebleeds had stopped, and the clot dissipated completely by the age of 6. This experience taught me, at an early age, the power of prayer and persistence, even when the world is calling you names. Remember Philippians 4, verse 13, chapter 4, verse 13, sorry. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. This verse is a powerful reminder that with faith and determination, you have the strength to push past the critics, push past the haters, and defy every expectation. In my second chapter, I'd like to mention no room for procrastination. And this is something that many of us struggle with, including myself. Procrastination, the tendency to put off or postpone important events of your life. Remember, your life demands focus and attention. Do not put off tomorrow what you can achieve today. Treat every opportunity to learn as a building block towards becoming the best version of yourself. Fast forward to secondary school. I could still remember the that day, my first day in September, walking through those doors in the hall. It started with much excitement back in 1998. This was actually my first opportunity to catch public transport without an adult. I got to walk to the bus terminals with the big boys from my area. I felt limitless. And as you would imagine, I was confident. But by lunchtime, I had my first fight with a fellow student, which resulted in my first visit to Oriel Becker's office, the then principal. Man, I was labeled as a troublemaker, a bully, and let me tell you, my mother did not take kind to that at all. My first term results were dismal, to be honest. I got less than 50%. I was not within the top 3. Man, that entire Christmas period, my mother punished me, boy, profusely. Not only did she flog me, but I had to do all the chores for Christmas, including helping baking cake. Imagine that. But despite being scolded, I still become a boy. I started hanging out with the big guys and doing things that I ought not to do, including gambling, stealing mangoes, stealing akis, and being mischievous. Around that period of time, my mother called the police for me, threatening to send me to Dodds. It was over an argument of slippers, and the police told her to bring me to the station, telling them, and then when she got there, she told the police, he is completely out of control. He don't listen to anything I said. The police then, as a means to discipline me, they put me inside of the cell with no lights. I could still remember the environment. It was blue. I had a bucket in the corner. That was a challenge in my life. But even in that trial, one thing I can remember about my mother, she always said, never steal, get a job. And to be honest, I've never stole a penny. Notwithstanding though, there were many days where I was unable to attend school because we couldn't simply afford it. There was this one time where my true friend, Ayakobi Maloney, had given me bus fare every day for a week because he believed in school, and mind you, he was also a student. But when I got to school, I know I had the opportunity to scrunch for lunch. But then, the challenge was going back home with nothing to eat. This meant going to wash a car or two to at least secure a little $10 or $15 and at least get dinner for the night. But my mother wasn't very keen to that at all. My mother saw the road that I was headed down and was not bent on her allowing her only son to go down a path of no return. As a result, my mother left the ghetto and we went to live in the countryside, far from the hectic bustle of Bridgetown. My journey through these turbulent years taught me patience and obedience. And it made me realize, just as a potter molds clay, God was shaping me through every experience, through every challenge, and every success. I was guided by Romans chapter 8, verse 28. And we know that in all things, God works for the good of those who love him, who have been called according to his purpose. Those moments of scrunting were God's way of building my resilience, my grit, my unwavering drive, shaping my mindset. I had to trust the process, trust that you are exactly where you need to be to learn and to grow. Another chapter in my life was comparison, which I consider it as the enemy. I used to compare myself a lot to others, including those of my classmates. And I'm sure that many of you also compare yourself to others, especially in this modern age where social media makes it particularly difficult, constantly showing curated highlights of other people's lives. But I am here to tell you, comparison, it is the enemy. Your journey is unique. Your talents are unique. Graduates, your purpose is unique. In my first year of second form, I made it to the end of third term. Of course, I got flogged every day from my hairhead. But I was at this time sitting promotion exams. Life in the countryside was challenging, of course. And because now I have to catch more than one bus for school, and then my mother got I got a sibling, and I had to take her to school, to nursery before coming to school. Then catch another bus to get to Deighton Griffith. During the promotion exam period, that time, I remember it was a metalwork exam, and I was pretty good at metalwork. Actually, it was my best subject, and I wanted to at least pass one course. So that morning, after I dropped my sister to nursery, I caught the first van. It was a ZR. And I ran from the Kendall Hill gas station straight to Deighton. Because, as I said, I wanted one thing that I was at least good at. And by the time that I got to the office, got my late slip, and reached to the exam room, it was about 9:13 a.m. The exam was scheduled for start of 9:30 a.m. My then year head, Miss Amaral Connemore, who later became my mom, forbid me from entering the exam room. She told me, get out of the class and enter it again, and do what you were taught to do. I exited the room, I pulled up my socks, fixed my clothes, sweaty, hoping for pittance. Come back in the room and say, good morning, ma'am, good morning, class. Despite that, she told me, leave, do it again. And this continued a few times. I cracked that day. After going through so much stress, so much things that was running against me, I behaved in a manner that was rather degrading to my family, to my classmates, and to my school. I was subsequently suspended and referred to the rehabilitation center at the Nichols Institution. It was at this point in time I also had to attend the probation and juvenile delinquency center in the government. But I'll be honest, what was supposed to be a rehabilitation program, I actually saw it as a blessing. There, I got breakfast, lunch, and little food to get home in the evening. I also learned some things like conflict resolution, counseling, and problem-solving skills. This came true with me in life. This lesson taught me choice, not chance, determines your destiny. You have the power to choose your path. You have the power to choose your attitude and to choose how you respond to life's challenges. Don't let someone else's highlight reel overshadow the incredible story you are writing for yourself. Declare your identity is my next chapter. What is your I am? After going through so much adversity, it caused me to always be thinking, what is my I am? Because I came from an environment where I've only been declared negative things over my life. Most people thought that I would have been killed before I reached 16 years old. This caused me to remember when Moses asked God for his name, God replied in Exodus chapter 3, verse 14, I am who I am, which signified God's self-existence and power. Your daily I am is a powerful declaration about who you are becoming and who you intend to become. Speak life into your identity. By the time I was 14 years old, with so many suspensions, so many things accosted of me, being a juvenile delinquent. I had already given up on school, to be honest with you. I dropped out. And my father had just returned home from Asia as he studied in China and played cricket for Bangladesh. And he came where I was staying with my eldest brother. They found me. And I would always remember what my father said to me that day. He cried and he said, "My son, I have traveled all over the world to provide a better life for you. And you are deciding not to go to school? Please, my boy, return to school and make me proud. I love you and know that you will do well." To be honest with you, at that time, I did not understand the full value of those words then, especially coming from my father and my biggest brother. But I did felt their emotion. I gave up my ignorance and I returned to school. It was on the first day of the second term when I arrived early to school and on time. I had a form teacher, her name was Miss White, but now Mrs. Cantleberry. She saw me and she hugged me. And she said, "Mr. DePisa, I am very proud of you." She said, "You are capable. You are enough. You are enough. Actually, you are more than enough. You are more than a conqueror." Even though my life had all of its hurdles, I became committed, irrespective of my circumstances. This next chapter, believe you are worth it. Once you have identified your I am, you must absolutely, unequivocally believe you are worth it. Success will never be handed to you. In effect, it is determined by you, each and every one of you. The more you believe in yourself, the more you find your limitless potential. Mark chapter 9, verse 23 provides this conviction. It says, "Anything is possible for him who believes." You are more powerful than you imagine. By this time, my life started coming together. I had gotten a little part-time job at a supermarket. And I was getting to school on time and finally able to buy some food, purchase lunch. But in life, sometimes as you're growing, no good day is a great day. Life again pulled the rug from under my feet. My mother and her landlord had a spat, a very bad disagreement. And this resulted in her packing all of her belongings and leaving the rental property. I started packing too, because it's my mother. But she said to me, "I don't want you around me. Go and live with your father." I was abandoned. I felt so hurt, honestly. I turned to everybody in my family, especially those I thought could have accommodated me. My aunts, my uncles, even my father's grandmother. Everyone refused me. I had a bad reputation, of course. I was stranded, I was alone, and I was confused. And I was on the streets. I had nowhere to go and no one to turn to. For the next 3 days, I slept on the boardwalk in town. And then, one night I slept behind a neighbor's house. That day, I cried profusely when I realized a cardboard box was now my new bed. Angrily, I cried out to God, asking him to provide a way, even when I cannot see a way. The very next day, I went with my aunt, I showered, and I returned to the rental unit where my mother was staying previously. And I asked the landlord if I could stay and pay rent. Immediately he said, "Nope, not here. You're a child. You're 14 years old." I explained to him, I have no one else. I have nowhere else to go. He then said, "The only way that you could stay here is if you pay rent and with the consent of your mother and father, in writing. They both consented. Rent at that time was $60. And I was a part-time push-up boy at a supermarket. I was earning about $59.89. And I had some tips sometimes would carry me to about between $70 to $100 every week. And I was able to make rent, but sometimes I had nothing for food. Every day was a hurdle. Some days I had nothing to eat. I remember surviving on roast breadfruit, oats, tuna, sardines, biscuits, and cheese, especially during examination periods. For 3 months, I continued sleeping on that cardboard box. And I would say to all graduates, when situations arise in your life, sometimes they will humble you. But remember, once you can look up, you can get up. Let your reasons get you up. That summer, I was forced to buy all of my school clothes, my school shoes, my school books, and also everything else that was accompanying it. I had about 3 pants for school, 1 pair of shoes, and about 4 shirts. My landlord at the time, who I would call my adopted father, found a mattress at a hotel he was working at, and they were throwing it out, and that became my first bed. I built a frame, and of course, that was my first bed, like I said. Even though I was renting from him, he treated me like his own son. I had to follow all the rules, or I'd be kicked back out on the street, and that I don't want. I had to be home by 4:30 p.m. on the days that I was not working in the supermarket, because I had to rush home to stir concrete, learn to fix pipes, learn to build a house. I was forced to prioritize my studies, as his wife felt. He and his wife, felt education can be a man's path out of poverty. These experiences, from being abandoned, homeless, without food, to working 2 jobs, taught me that with discipline, anyone can transform their adversity into a powerful catalyst for achievement. Your ability to believe in yourself, to see your worth, even when others don't, is what makes you limitless. This next chapter is on forgiveness, because that kills your destiny. Holding on to grudges, resentment, or anger towards others, or even towards your own self, is like carrying a heavy weight that prevents you from moving forward in life. It drains your energy. It blocks your path to peace and success. For a very long time, I held on to those who wronged me, never offended me. Those who never offered me help, and sometimes even mutilated my character. I was very bitter within. I learned that holding on to that anger, hurt me, no one else. And you had to find a path to release that unforgiveness, because it is not about the other person. It's about freeing yourself to reach your fullest potential, where you can truly rise strong. Colossians chapter 3, verse 13 advises, bear with each other and forgive one another. If any of you has a grievance against someone, forgive as the Lord forgave you. Throughout my entire speech, of course, you have heard me failing time and time again. But what you may not know is that with every mistake, every misstep, every time I did not get it right, it was never the end. It was a lesson. It was my opportunity to learn, adjust, and try new strategies as I gained new knowledge along the way. My journey, yes, was filled with failures, being labeled, getting suspended, sleeping in a cardboard box. But each of these moments, as difficult as they were, taught me something invaluable. It fueled my determination, my drive. It shaped my mindset to emerge as one of the most improved students in my graduation year. I had to focus, I had no choice, but I achieved passes in all 7 of my CXC examinations. That mindset shaped me throughout my entire life. I went on to get my associate's degree, as Mr. Johnson mentioned. I got my bachelor's degree, and later my master's degree. And today in my job, all the counseling, the conflict resolution trainings I had whilst I was at the Edna Nichols School has now become a part of my DNA, because I see everyone as just a common man. I remind you, graduates, your dreams are possible, but it requires you shifting away from the negative voices and the negative influences, putting God as your focus and thriving exactly where you are. How you succeed depends on you. I'd like to conclude with a story taken from Proverbs 24, verse 16. For though a righteous man falls 7 times, he rises again. Graduates, you do not have to be perfect. You have to be resilient. You have to drown out the critics, the haters. You have to hold on to what you are good at. And you have, most importantly, to believe in you. Remind yourself daily of your I am, and that you are powerful beyond measure. Learn to embrace every roadblock as a stepping stone and as an opportunity to learn. Push forward, and most importantly, never give up. So, in this next journey in your life, and as you navigate your own journey beyond secondary school, walk with these tenets. Move with purpose. Work on yourself. Stop procrastinating. Avoid comparison. Define your I am. Believe in your worth. Release unforgiveness. And always be willing to fail your way to success. Your story is unwritten and full of potential. You have an incredible future ahead of you. Disciplina ad bonam vitam necessaria. That is, discipline that guarantees success. Rise strong. Believe in yourselves. And let your light shine. Thank you for your time and attention.
Mr. Bakiza, on behalf of the graduating class of 2021, we would like to extend our heartfelt thanks of you coming and expressing your chapters of your life with all of us today, and we will not forget them. Thank you so very much.
Thank you, Mr. Pisa, for those words of inspiration. Coming down near to the end now, but before, we're going to showcase still some more of the Deighton Griffith prowess. Basically, what you can do. So, with our final lineup of entertainment, we have the graduating class led by Dacia Moore and Amari Brown, a tribute by Tashana McMillan, a solo by Dacia Moore, and another tribute by Sayuri Yearwood.
Okay, so while we wait, we would just like to say congratulations to the class of 2025. And it is our pleasure to be here in front of you guys. And we wish you all the success that the world can give.
Hello. Oh, you can hear me now. Yeah, also, I want to say congratulations myself as well. We as former students of Deighton Griffith just want to encourage y'all that, there's more to come. This is just a stepping stone. Yeah, cool stuff.
I've been walking with my face turned to the sun. Yeah. Weight on my shoulders, a bullet in my gun. Yeah. Oh, I've got eyes at the back of my head, just in case I have to run. I do what I can when I can, how I can for my people. While the clouds roll back and the stars fill the night, that's when I'm gonna stand up, taking my people with me. Together we are going to a brand new home. Far across the river, you hear freedom calling me to answer. Gonna keep on keeping on. I can feel it in my bones.
Early in the morning, before the sun begins to shine, I'm gonna start moving towards that separating line. I'm wading through muddy waters. You know I've got a made up mind. Lord, I made up my mind. And I don't mind if I lose any blood on the way to salvation. And I will fight with the strength that I got until I die. So I'm gonna stand up, take my people with me. Together we are going to a brand new home. Far across the river, can you hear freedom calling, calling me to answer? Gonna keep on keeping on. And I know what's around the bed might be hard to face 'cause I'm alone. And I just might fail, but Lord knows I've tried. Jesus, fill up the sky. Stay, take my people with me. Together we are going to a brand new home.
To a brand new home. To a brand new home.
Can you hear freedom calling?
Do you hear freedom calling?
Calling me to answer.
gonna keep on keeping on. I'm gonna stand up, take my people with me. Together we are going to a brand new home. Far across the river, you hear freedom calling, calling me to answer. Gonna keep on keeping on. I'm gonna stand up, take my people with me. Together we are going to a brand new home. Far across the river, I hear freedom calling, calling me to answer. Gonna keep on keeping on. I can feel it in my bones. I go to prepare a place for you. I go to prepare a place for you. I go to prepare a place for you. I go to prepare a place for you.
Good afternoon. To our principal, members of staff, families, friends, and most importantly, to the graduating class, make some noise. Yes, that's right. Graduation isn't just a ceremony or a day where we receive a certificate. It's a celebration of every challenge we faced, every late night and early morning studying, and every small victory. We didn't come here because it was easy, but because we were brave enough to keep going even when things got tough, even when we doubted ourselves. Now let's be honest, this journey wasn't all smooth. There were tests we didn't study for, mornings we didn't want to wake up, group projects where only one person did the work. You know who you are. And moments we wanted to just give up. But guess what? We didn't. We pushed, we grew, we learned, not just from textbooks, but from life. We learned who our real friends are, and most of all, we learned how powerful we really are when we believe in ourselves. Today, we stand at the edge of something new, a moment that marks the end of one journey and the start of another. We didn't come this far just to give up. Our journey has just begun. Now, as we look forward, we hold in our hands the power to shape, to create, to dream, and to build a life that means something to us. So let's clap for that. Better yet, let's stand up and make some noise. Because we deserve it. Remember, success isn't measured by trophies or titles, but by the courage to stay true to who we are, to keep learning, and to never stop growing. Now, as we step into the next chapter, remember this. Life isn't always going to go as planned, but that's okay. So let's walk forward with our heads held high, ready to face the world with hope, strength, and the belief that best is yet to come. So whether you're off to college, work, starting a business, or still figuring it out, move with confidence, because this class right here, we're going to shape the world. To the class of 2025, stay bold, stay brilliant, and most of all, stay you. The world better get ready. We are coming.
Good afternoon again.
Each day I live, I want to be a day to give the best of me. I'm only one, but not alone. My finest day is yet unknown. I broke my heart for every game to taste the sweet. I face the pain. I rise and fall. Yet through it all, this one remains. I want one moment in time when I'm more than I thought I could be. When all of my dreams are beat away and the answers are all up to me. Give me one moment in time when I'm racing with destiny. Then, in that one moment of time, I will feel eternity. I've lived to be the very best. I want it all, no time for less. I've laid the blend, now lay the chance here in my hands. I want one moment in time when I'm more than I thought I could be. When all of my dreams are beat away and the answers are all up to me. Give me one moment in time when I'm racing with destiny. Then, in that one moment of time, I will feel eternity. You're a winner for a lifetime. If you see that one
Good morning. Oh shoot, good afternoon. This is an original poem written by me, dedicated to Miss Phillips, my farm teacher. In your classroom, I found more than just grace, not just science or facts, but a warm, safe place. You taught me of cells, of life's great design, but also of kindness in each steady line. You weren't just a teacher, so much more than that. A guide, a protector, where real comfort sat. A farm teacher, yes, but truly much other. To me, Miss Phillips, you felt like a mother. Through every mistake, you stood by my side. With patience and wisdom, you never would hide. You believed in my worth, saw what I could be, and planted the roots that now strengthen me. For all that you've given, for all that you've shown, I carry your lessons deep in my own. Forever I'll cherish, with love and with pride, the way you have shaped who I am inside. Thank you.
Coming to the stage to give the vote of thanks, our head boy, Maurice Skeet.
All righty. Master of Ceremonies, featured speaker, Mr. Renato De Pisa, presenters of Scrolls, Miss Angela Yearwood, and Miss Kelly Ann Barrett. Chairman of the Board of Management, Miss Wendy Knight Hunt. Principal, Major Michael Boyce. Deputy Principal, Miss Martha Russell. Members of the Board of Management, Mr. Leon Blades. Specially invited guests, staff, past and present, parents and guardians, graduates, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the Deighton Griffith Secondary School graduation class of 2025, I would like to thank Master of Ceremonies for today, Mr. Dexter Johnson, for ensuring the smooth flow of the program, Principal Major Michael Boyce, and the Chairman of the Board, Ms. Wendy Knight Hunt, for their remarks. Featured speaker, Mr. Renato De Pisa, who readily accepted the invitation, crossing the ocean to make his presentation possible. I found the presentation to be informative, thought-provoking, as well as very inspirational. Thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to share your wealth of knowledge with us. Presenters of the Scrolls, Ms. Kelly Ann Barrett and Ms. Angela Yearwood, who graciously volunteered to assist with the Scrolls and lead the procession into the hall. Ms. Yearwood has been there for us as our previous year had during the trying times of the pandemic, and we would like to give her thanks for her guidance. We would also like to give thanks to the teachers who assisted the graduating class in preparing for this day. Special mention to Ms. Nicole Maxwell, who coordinated the seating of students and offered invaluable assistance, thus making sure that we were all prepared for today. Mr. Ronald Small, who readily accepted the task of providing invocation for today's proceedings. Mr. Jonathan Nurse for organizing the entertainment. Mr. Barry Tudor for facilitating the taking of individual photos. Miss Christiane Tull for providing the backdrop and assisting with decorations. Ms. Rendlyn Ford, who assisted and coordinated the fundraising event and prepared students for today. She stepped forward and offered her ideas for mementos and assisted with and ensuring that we were all good in time. The fifth-year teachers who mentored and guided us through the sometimes frustrating final 2 years of secondary school. Ms. Joan King, Ms. Rashida Wallace and the Human Ecology team for affording us the use of the rooms and assisting where needed. Mr. Keith Bathret and Ms. Lisa Walker for stepping in and volunteering way beyond school hours. Mrs. Sarah Trotman, who assisted with any area where there was a void, and the students of the graduating class who assisted with the fundraising events. We thank the alumni, Mr. Amari Brown and Ms. Dacia Moore, for blessing us with their melodious voices. As well as Zachary Prescott and Jaleesa Gooding, who graciously consented to use their culinary skills to provide us with some sweet treats. The parents who offered assistance and made donations. Ms. Gittins for providing the cupcakes for the graduating class. Ms. Lisa Delaney, who was determined that regardless of financial constraints, that this was to be a memorable day. She worked tirelessly to bring a measure of transformation to the decor of the graduating space. Ms. Denise Joseph for providing us with assistance regarding donations. Thank you to the O2 Group of Companies and MIS Products for the donation of products, and KMJ Transport Services for the donation of tent, as well as Exquisite Event Rentals for the donation of chairs for graduates. Last but not least, thank you to the head girl, Latanja Elliott, for your heartfelt presentation. You have definitely moved us. So with that, I say a big thank you to everyone for your support in making this the best graduation we could ask for. Thank you.
And thank you, Maurice. Two more things. All those who are taking pictures with Mr. Tudor, please meet exactly after this event in room 111. And in room 101, the 360 camera is set up if you want to take pictures there. And last but not least, all y'all stand up. About face. Turn around then. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the Deighton Griffith Secondary School graduation class of 2025. We have come to the end of our event. Please enjoy yourselves, take your pictures, have a great day. Please remain seated until the head party is ushered out.
And ever since they said it's been hard, but never mind the night you had to cry, 'cause you had never let it go inside. You worked real hard and you know exactly what you want and need, so believe, and you can never give up. You can reach your goals. Just talk to your soul.
success. Our steps are confident to seek our dreams. No matter how impossible they seem, we will give all thanks in our victories and be shining lights for our school. God bless our school. Let the time we spend here be remembered as excellence. We're on the move, a nation progressing together and going the distance with our vision strong. Discipline or rule. We are the Deighton Griffith School. We are the Deighton Griffith School. Excel in knowledge and abilities, resplendent in pride and community. For what is worthy is the goal to win. Rhythm of the heart, a fight that beats within. We will show the world what it is to be ambassadors for our school. God bless our school. Let the time we spend here be remembered as excellence. We're on the move, a nation progressing together and going the distance with our vision strong. Discipline or rule. We are the Deighton Griffith School. We are the Deighton Griffith School, a force to be reckoned with, achievers of our dream. We are the authors of our future. We are the Deighton Griffith School. God bless our school. Let the time we spend here be remembered as excellence. We're on the move, a nation progressing together and going the distance with our vision strong. Discipline or rule. We are the Deighton Griffith School. We are the Deighton Griffith School. We are the Deighton Griffith School.